I'm Douglas Christensen, Channel X News.
Will peas be making a comeback in Aroostook County? Research has been ongoing in the county for a few years now, looking to see if field peas or maybe chickpeas make a good rotation crop for potatoes. Reporter Anthony Moreno of the Bangor Daily News says field peas are showing promise at the Aroostook Research Farm in Presque Isle. Funded by the Maine Potato Board, the idea is to generate a higher-yielding cash crop. And currently, oats are the primary rotation crop for Aroostook County potatoes. Grain farmer Jake Dyer of Benedicta says peas can be planted and harvested with currently used equipment. Peas can be sold to food processors or used as livestock feed. A former jewelry store in Madawaska, which has been vacant since 1996, more than 20 years, will receive a new lease on life. The Board of Selectmen approved a $50,000 loan through the Urban Development Assistance Grant Program to Gary and Lorianne Bouchard, owners of Watertown Properties, LLC. The funds will be used to renovate the Corey Building, which is located at the corner of Main Street and 10th Avenue. The Bouchards are looking to open a bakery on the first floor and plan to create several modern apartment units on the upper floors. Lorianne Bouchard said the town is making it easier to move ahead with the project. She added that if everything goes well, the bakery could be open as early as this late summer. For the first time in 13 years, a new house has been built on New Brunswick's Tobique First Nation near Perth Andover. The new home was a collaborative effort between the community and Habitat for Humanity. Homeowners Amanda Moulton and Philip Muckler, along with their 2 children, received the keys to their home, one they helped build themselves. Tobique First Nation Chief Ross Purley said, "Not having the ability to build for the past decade has caused homelessness and overcrowding for 3 generations of young adults." Purley said that's why this partnership is such a great opportunity for our community. This Habitat home has given our people hope that the community will someday be able to build more houses. In addition to helping to build their home, Moulton and Muckler will pay for it themselves through an affordable mortgage geared to their income. In other news this morning, those with questions about Maine's push to construct regional schools have a chance to get some answers from state officials themselves. Governor Paul LePage this month issued an executive order calling for schools to partner up and figure out ways to become more efficient to cut costs. The Department of Education then announced $3 million in grants for school consolidation and hopes to identify a pilot project for a new regional high school that integrates career and technical education. The first information session will be held at 6 o'clock tonight at the University of Maine at Presque Isle. Additional sessions are scheduled for February 6th at the University of New England in Biddeford and on February 27th at Eastern Maine Community College in Bangor. A 39-year-old Moncton man was sentenced to 12 years in prison in connection with a 2015 attempted murder. Luc LeBreton appeared in a Moncton Provincial Court for sentencing on Monday. He had pleaded guilty to several charges, including attempted murder, break and enter, and unauthorized possession of a firearm. The charges stem from an incident back in November 30th of 2015 at Grand Digue. In the meantime, police responded to a complaint at a home invasion where shots had been fired. LeBreton is also banned from possessing firearms for 10 years and may not have any contact with the victims. New solar energy rules despite a pushback from solar groups. Owners of solar energy grids get credit on their energy bill for the energy they send back into the system. But critics, including Governor Paul LePage, say the current system means electricity customers are unfairly subsidizing the solar industry. The LePage-appointed Maine Public Utilities Commission yesterday approved rules that would slowly shift more cost onto the owners of the rooftop solar panels as the cost of solar technology drops Existing customers would be grandfathered under the current rules for 15 years. The new rules would not be effective until 2018, giving time for legislators to come up with their own framework. Solar companies and pro-clean energy groups have wanted utility regulators to leave any changes up to legislators. Well, voters in Limestone, Stockholm, and Caribou will vote on a two-question ballot next Tuesday. Both questions have to do with the construction of a new elementary and middle school. RSU 39 School Superintendent Tim Doak says the first question about building a new school is a $45 million question. He says the state will pay that tab completely. The second question has to do with a second gymnasium to the new building and another $2.3 million item, one the state will not fund. He notes the new state-of-the-art building will replace 4 older structures, Energy Sieves all. We asked Doak, I should say, what he would say to critics who feel the second gym is an unnecessary luxury.
We're losing 4 gymnasiums right now in the RSU school district in Caribou. Each one of the schools that will be out of commission has a gymnasium, and the Learning Center has a gymnasium which is used a lot with high school cheering. It's used with middle school wrestling, adult ed programs in the morning for fitness and wellness. So we're losing 4 gymnasiums, and when you just go with 2 gyms, we're losing about 4,300 square feet of gymnasium space with the 2 gyms. And we feel that we just cannot put 10 grades through one gymnasium to have adequate physical education space. So I think we're still at a loss, our gymnasium space with this new project, but at least we feel we can manage the school on a daily basis with 2 gyms better.
Asked what the second gym does to the mill rate in the 3 communities, Doak says the school portion of the tax bill ought to be less.
Number, we don't really like to use the mill rate as much because 1 mill in Caribou could be a lot. It's a lot more than 1 mill in Limestone. We do know that we projected that $700,000 savings. We do feel on the school side of the tax bill it will be less if everything stays constant as it is right now. Although we've been very cautious with that because you just don't know at the state level what will push down on the locals, and we really don't know what each town. A town could go out and buy a new fire truck, buy a new plow truck, and raise taxes where the school side should be lower. All our projections have shown that. By law, we're only allowed to show a 2-year projection because we really don't know what's going to happen in year 3, 4, and 5. But we can show you that at least we were saving that money with this new school, and it's a lot more efficient to run.
Polls will be open next Tuesday in Caribou and in Limestone from 8 to 8, Stockholm from noon to 6. We will continue our chat with RSU School Superintendent Tim Doak tomorrow at this time. Well, a convenience store in Grand Falls was ransacked yesterday morning by a deer, in fact by 3 of them. A Facebook video of an employee shooting the 3 deer out of the store. He has attracted hundreds of thousands of views. Bertrand Bollier captured the wildlife encounter, saying he was on his morning walk when he heard a noise, turned around to find a deer standing within arm's length. Bollier says one of the deer entered the door, followed by 2 others that leaped into the Grand Falls store together. He says he heard the clamor as the deer ran around the store, knocking over displays, ramming into the glass in an effort to escape. Bollier's video of the damage shows the floor covered with candy bars, papers, spilled soda pop, and deer tracks. Wonder what kind of insurance you need to cover that hazard. Finally, in the news this hour, the Canadian dollar is worth 76.49 cents this morning, down 1/3 of a cent from yesterday afternoon. The loonie is now 2 cents higher than it was at the beginning of the year. The U.S. dollar worth $1.30.73 Canadian. You've just been uploaded on the X.